I'm Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another pick a card tarot reading for you. This one is about what spiritual messages do you need to hear right now, and what kind of spiritual guidance can you get. So I have 3 groups prepared. I'll show a close-up of each of the 3 groups so that way you can see the crystals a little more clearly, and timestamps will be below in the description box. So once you pick a deck or a crystal intuitively, we'll get right into your reading. I did already film this, like all of the cards already, so that's why I have a different sleeve color than what you'll see in each of the readings. We got a lot of interesting messages. Seems like everybody's been going through some stuff, but hope looks to be on the horizon. So let me know down in the comments if any of the messages resonated, as well as any other topics you'd like to see in upcoming readings. Thanks. All right, so here is a close-up of each of the 3 groups. So we have this orange calcite for group 1. We have a Super 7 for group 2. And then this opalite for group 3. So once you pick one of these groups intuitively, that one doesn't want to stay, we will get started with your reading. So we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Timestamps will be below in the descriptions, and we'll get into the readings. Okay, so if you chose group 1, this orange calcite, this reading is for you. So we'll get started with your tarot. I pre-shuffled everything today. I just was feeling called to do that first, and it took a while to shuffle, so I'm glad I did that. So first we start off with, we'll get into your tarot. First we have the 10 of Cups, then we have the 10 of Swords, the Knave of Swords, the High Priestess, the 7 of Cups reversed, and then the 9 of Wands followed by the Ace of Pentacles. Which one to come out with it? The first 2 groups I had, when I was shuffling, the last card came out with another one on top of it. So I took that as well. So first off, group 1 with the 10 of Cups. You have a lot coming to you. You have a lot of happiness, a lot of friends, even love and love interest potentially. But there's a lot of happy emotions that are coming to you with the 10 of Cups. It's a very fulfilled feeling type of card. Lots of good feelings, but you need to release these 10 of Swords before you can get there. You need to stop stabbing yourself in the back and letting yourself down. You also need to heal some of, or all of, those memories or pains of when you felt like other people were doing that to you, when you felt like you were hurt by them, and letting go of these pains, because you won't be able to have the full 10 of Cups if you're still walking around wounded, and sometimes that can be our own self-inflicted pain, and letting go of that and just accepting that it happened and it's okay, and it's okay to move on because there's so much more that's coming. With the Knave of Swords here, it talks about listening to counseling and listening to other people, hearing what they have to say, and these people have good advice, and they're good friends. You know, these 10 of Cups people, you can trust them. They're not going to stab you in the back like people in the past have, and it's okay to have faith that things are going to work out, and have faith in them, and really not be overly discerning about people, you know, not be so worried and so quick to mistrust people, because the High Priestess here, you have a really strong intuition, group 1. You know when someone is a good fit for you, you know when something is a good fit for you, you know when things feel off, you know when those people are not to be trusted in the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Swords type of people. But you know also that you can trust your own judgment, your own intuitive abilities to discern if you can have your faith in other people. Because with the 7 of Cups reversed, group 1, you're almost there. these goals that you have relating to the Ten of Cups, relating to the people around you and your own growth and releasing your own swords out of your back, you're almost there. You're really close. This talks about desires being fulfilled. When the Seven of Cups is upright, talks about a lot of options, but sometimes a lot of temptation. But when they're reversed, you have the power and you have the choice, and you're making good choices because you're really strong in your intuition. Then with the Nine of Wands as well, with the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Wands talks about persistence and that you're in the last stretch. So you're very close to achieving these goals, group one. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, this is a great omen that talks about manifestations coming through and things working out. The Ace of Pentacles also talks about like it's within your power to succeed, and you're attaining this. You're attaining your prosperity. You're finding wealth, but you're also finding wealth within yourself, within your own intuition, within your own abilities. So, group one, when you release the pains of the past, let go of these swords. You know, these are not serving you anymore. Anything that you're beating yourself up for as well, because sometimes I could talk about you're the one who can be hurting yourself. So know that other people are there to help you as well, but that you have a lot good that's coming when you release the pain and release old wounds, group one. Then we have flow and prosperity. So yeah, group one, there's prosperity on the way with the Ace of Pentacles, and especially the prosperity card. It says a gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. So there is a lot on the horizon for you, group one. There's prosperity coming. But it will help if you're in a flow state. If you're just flowing with the world, not trying to force it, but allowing it to be easier. It says find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome and release your expectations. So when you don't put too many expectations on what you want to work out, group one, it will work out probably even better than you expected. Now, this card kept wanting to come out for you. It's Child of the Cosmos. It says the intelligence of the universe lies within you, which I can definitely see with the High Priestess. You're very smart. These bottom cards especially talk about being very intelligent and making really good decisions, and being just very wise. You have all the answers within with this High Priestess card. You know what to do. And you have the tools and the intelligence to be able to make this Ace of Pentacles happen. And then it has lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. So this could definitely still be relating to the Ten of Swords, with old cycles, old patterns, old memories. And it talks about letting go, remembering who you are, remembering what you're here to do, and remembering also to let go of the pain, and just keep moving forward. You have gone through these situations before. You've been here before. You made it through. You can do it again. So that is all I have for you today, group one. Let me know if this resonated in the comments, and I hope to catch you in one of my upcoming readings. All right, group two. So if you picked this Super 7 stone, this is your reading. Like I told group one, I pre-shuffled these cards. So we'll get started with the tarot first. I'm going to get into your oracle. So we have the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Knave of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Knight of Wands. So first off, group two, you have so much fire energy on the board. There's a lot going on with you. All the ones talk about being very fiery, very creative. I would not be surprised if you are a fire sign or you have a lot of fire sign energy in your chart. There is a lot happening, but it's really positive. We have a lot of positive Wands cards. Although we'll get into it with the devil. So with the 10 of Wands, group 2, starting off with releasing burdens that aren't yours to carry. The 10 of Wands talks about carrying other people's emotions and problems for them, and that you're trying to help them release their own burdens, but all it's really doing is just putting more on you and not really helping them. So make sure that you're not taking on other people's energy or their problems just to help them attempt to feel better. Make sure that you're helping them as much as you're able to give without depleting your own cup. And it also talks about that these problems are being resolved, and especially with the Queen of Wands there. But also remember, like, you're the Queen of Wands in your life. I love the Queen of Wands. She's a very fiery queen. She's like the hostess with the mostest. So you're very accommodating, you know, with the Queen of Wands there. You want to help other people. You don't want them to feel like they're alone, but make sure that you don't take on too much, especially of other people's their burdens. And with the Knave of Wands, this talks about someone who helps carry other people. So it's definitely like you want to help other people, you want to be loyal, you want to have good intentions, but sometimes it can be too much. So make sure that you are still cultivating the Queen of Wands in your own life and your own fire and your own passion, and that yes, you can be sympathetic and understanding, but make sure that you allow people to carry their own problems and allow themselves to fix, you know, what they need to fix, because we can't always enable people either to heal their own energy and go through their own healing. They have to do that themselves. And so this talks about being really strong in your feminine power, but also make sure that you approach life with joy and with lightness, and have faith in yourself. And also lean on other people if you feel like you've taken on too much. With the Three of Pentacles, that talks about teamwork, and working together with a team. And that could be something that helps you to learn to release some of these burdens that you've taken on for other people. Then with the Nine of Cups, you have a lot coming to you, group 2. This is wish fulfillment. Lots of things coming, great things coming. However, with the Devil here, there's a price to pay. And that sometimes can be letting go of your own fears, letting go of the chains that you think you need to be in, letting go of the fires that you have dipped your toe into. Because then with the Knight of Wands, you're on a journey, and this talks about a journey and advancement into the unknown, and really moving forward with that. So it's definitely like there's a lot coming, lots of wishes that will be fulfilled once you release these burdens, release these fears, and really move forward. And don't be afraid to step out into unknown territory, even where you're not as, you know, holding up other people as much just because you think that's the right thing to do, but really taking your own path, and really letting go of the fears of needing to be there for people all the time, and really stepping up to be there for yourself and the Queen of Wands in your own life. So let's get some oracle cards. Passion, we could definitely feel that with all this fiery energy. So it says, do what excites you, get fired up about your life, increase your energy levels. Yeah, so increase your own energy levels, fill up your own 9 cups. Group 2, you have so much passion, you have so much fire and creative energy, and really remember to cultivate that within yourself and really fill up your own cups first, please. That's going to be the best way that you can help others as well. And then we have innocence. Take time to play, nurture your inner child, live with a childlike sense of wonder. So that definitely goes along with the Queen of Wands. She's a very lighthearted, playful, fun queen. So remember to have a little more fun and play in your life. Stop taking on so much that feels heavy for you. And then it says, forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So that's also very wand energy. That is also very like Knight of Wand energy, where you're paving this unknown path, and you're doing something new. You're having to lead yourself through it, and it's saying to really trust your own instincts, trust that you're going to figure it out, and that that's the right path for you. You don't have to follow what everybody else says just because it was easier for them. There's a better path for you that's filled with a lot of passion. And then we have Hyrith, longing for home, homesickness for the stars. So this card can talk about when you're feeling a little bit disconnected from the earthly realm, and disconnected a little bit from the people around you, that you're really longing for something more and longing for something bigger and wanting to be part of the stars and part of that universe. So really use that longing to expand, to feel massive. Yes, it can be hard. Sometimes we long to be somewhere else. I've had some weird instances where I was like, wow, I really want to be with the stars again, which is like a really strange feeling when that comes across. So if you've ever had one of those, could be this group. But it could also just be longing for innocence or a sense of nostalgia as well. And that's okay to have, but remember, you're forging this new path. Keep moving forward, group 2. You have a lot of passion, you've got a lot of fire, you have a lot going on here, in a really positive way though. So just remember to release those things that you don't need to carry, release those fears, release the chains that you feel like are holding you back, because you're creating a new path and it's one that's really exciting. So group 2, I hope this resonated, and I hope to catch you in one of my upcoming readings. Okay, and we have group 3. You chose this opalite crystal, and I pre-shuffled all of the cards. We'll start with the tarot first and get into the oracle. So first we have the Four of Wands, then the King of Swords, then we have the Eight of Swords reversed. This writing is very cursive, so it's sometimes hard to read. Temperance, Four of Pentacles reversed. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups reversed. So group 3 right off the bat. If you follow me on Instagram and shows group 3 on my most recent posts, on my story, and pick the Temperance card, this might be for you because it has the same card in this reading. Even if you didn't see that, I think I'll be putting it in my highlights, so that way you can catch up and look on my story to see if you decide to pick the same group and the same one calls to you. So group 3, we start off with the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands talks about building a stable foundation, and you have a couple fours in here, and really building something solid. And this can sometimes be even in a creative endeavor, like something that's a really solid, sturdy idea. It can also talk about prosperity and a new freedom, that you're building this Four of Wands structure, and really creating something for yourself. It can also talk about romance sometimes, and having harmony, which really goes with the Temperance card. Temperance talks about balance and harmony, and also it can talk about being patient as well. So be patient, group 3. You're working on building something really great, but sometimes those great things take a little bit of time. And sometimes there needs to be a little bit of management or consolidating different things while you're working through creating something stable. Sometimes some other things either need to be consolidated in your life, some things need to be moved around, readjusted, and made sure that you have what you want as your priorities and that there's nothing else that is distracting you, like vices or anything. Then with the King of Swords, this card is a very clever. It talks about a very clever character and someone who is in their masculine energy, and very analytical, very smart, very, I'm gonna say like meticulous, but with their brain, you know, like they are very clear cut and like this is how it's going to go. And it's very much like you're very determined, like you're really, really determined on building this stable thing, group 3. And you're being controlling in that, but with the 4 of Pentacles, you're being too controlling, group 3. With the 4 of Pentacles reversed, it talks about your closed fist and being too micromanaging with your money sometimes. It can also talk about a little bit of hoarding mentality, but it also can be of overly structured. You're not letting in enough space for flow and freedom, and you're really trying almost too hard to force things to work out, especially with the King of Swords and not the Queen of Swords. It's very masculine energy. It's a very much of like, I'm just gonna force this to work out. But with the 4 of Pentacles, it's saying that that's actually going to set you back. Trying to overly control everything and manipulate it all and have it really, really under your control, like this very angry dragon, like I'm just gonna force it to my will. The 4 of Pentacles is saying you can't force things to happen. Sometimes you have to just let them flow naturally. However, with the 8 of Swords, you are really learning to release yourself from binds that you thought you were in. The Ace of Swords upright talks about being kind of stuck, and in this place of kind of you've inflicted like your own stuckness, whereas when it's reversed, you're coming out of this. So you may have just come out of a period of feeling like you were kind of bound in a certain situation, and you're coming out and you're like, I'm gonna roar, look at me, I'm free, and I'm just gonna control everything. But you need to have a little bit of patience, and a little more moderation with that control, group 3, because yes, you have released a lot of fears and a lot of binds. Oh, sorry, I was trying to say bounds and binds at the same time. You've been releasing those binds and you're doing really great, group 3. And a lot is coming to you with the 9 of Pentacles upright. That talks about luxuries and really being able to spoil yourself and pamper yourself, and feeling very abundant. So all of this control is definitely bringing you material success, group 3. But sometimes that can make you seem potentially a little bit colder, a little bit too controlling, because then sometimes when we're overly controlling with our money, we have a tendency to not be as grateful with it, and that can sometimes lead us to not be able to revel in these luxurious moments as much. So you are accomplishing a lot though with this card. You have been very discerning, definitely with that King of Swords, and that definitely a lot of material prosperity is coming or has come. And then with the 8 of Cups, so since you've been releasing these binds and really working on your material wealth, your material success, with the 8 of Cups reversed, you're really continuing that effort and really working to find your happiness, and that it's definitely in the cards for you, and definitely this success is on its way. So just remember to have a little bit of openness and allow your money to flow, so that way you can get this Four of Pentacles more upright, and have that stable foundation where you're not clinging on too much to money, but allowing it to flow in and out and keeping that flow moving. And then we have action. It says, now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. Yeah, so there's a lot of forward movement with your goals and your dreams. You're really pushing forward with them. You've working on letting go of the things that you felt were trapping you. You're building something stable. So putting in the work and putting in the action to do this will really help you create your Nine of Pentacles. Group 3, and you also have a lot of possibility. So it says, raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. So there's so much available to you, Group 3. And just remembering that there's tons of opportunities. You don't have to cling on either to just one. Remember that there's so much more open and available to you. Then we have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So sometimes you may be led off path and not be able to control it. Trust that it's the right way. Trust that the direction you're going is leading to your Nine of Pentacles and your Eight of Cups reversed. We actually want them reversed because it talks about happiness and not so much introspection and getting stuck in that kind of introspective cycle. And then we also have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. So make sure you have boundaries with yourself and maybe even your work as well. And making sure that you're not taking on too much, so that way you can stay in that flow state, so that way you don't have that too tight of a fist, because when we have that tight fist, we can't receive. So making sure that hand is open to receive and give, because there's so much available to you. There's so much possibility when you're taking action, and releasing the weight of the world will allow you to just float, which really makes me think of this Nine of Pentacles card as well. Like, that is just being in this zen like space. We can go to the spa now and really enjoy it and not have to worry that we're spending too much money, and just luxuriate in this feeling. So remember that you don't have to carry all of the weight as well, and that trusting where you're being led will bring you all your pentacles. So if this resonated, Group 3, let me know down in the comments, and I hope to see you in one of my upcoming videos.